Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to Making the Right Play podcast, episode 11. We are here today. I got my brother DT with me today. I got my brother G Clark in the building today. And of course, man, your host,
What
Freddie
up? What
B,
up? What up?
man. Thank you guys for coming back, man. We actually we had a great week last week. You guys were commenting. We were able to have some dialogue on most of our social media platforms, man. So we appreciate it. Continue to like, share, subscribe, comment on that TikTok, that Instagram, that Facebook. We're going to keep on building, y'all. We getting it out to more people. We gaining some viewers here. So I just want to let y'all know we're doing this organically because we know once we build it, it's not going to, they're never going to, we're going to be able to continue to build with each other again for this journey. So we want to say we appreciate it. DT, any opening words, man, before we get going?
Hey, just want to say thanks for coming along for episode 11. Hey, it's been a ride. We so thankful for you guys being here. Without y'all, there is no podcast, so we appreciate the feedback, the comments, the support, but just continue to like, comment, subscribe, and interact. And don't forget to Making the Right Play. Like Fred said, we can be found on all those platforms, including Spotify, the podcast on Apple Music and everything. So continue to tune in. Go ahead, look Greg.
Thanks for being on this journey with us for episode 11, and like, share, subscribe, and continue to leave the feedback. I like looking in them comments and seeing people, challenging the things that we believe in, and having their own opinion because you can open up doors for other, opinions and situations. So we don't know it all. We just got an opinion, but continue to follow us and be on this journey with us.
For sure. Appreciate that, fellas. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this show started, man. And so we're going to go ahead and start it off here, man. Chris Paul just let us know that he will be retiring maybe next year or so. Fellas, question here. What do you guys think about Chris Paul's career-wise as a point guard? And, is it time? I mean, I think we all kind of agree that it's probably time to hang up. But career-wise, what does Chris Paul stand with you, man? The type of player he's been for this for this journey, man. What you guys thinking? Hey, G, let's start with you here.
I think Chris Paul had a great career, minus the championship rings, but for as a floor general leader, every team he went to, he always took them to the playoffs. He's been to the finals with the Phoenix Suns, but he always been, either they call him point guard or at least top five, top three his whole career, not in his later tenders, but he always put his prints on the game, getting guys better shots. He always had the vision, had a nice mid range, a so three. But Chris always, they want to call him a winner. We always go off championships, but for as like winning games throughout the season, he always up in the mid, 50s to 55 wins, some 60 win teams, but he always been one of the top guys, floor generals. So I wish him nothing but the best. I know he probably do some basketball TV or something. Or, really I could see him as a coach. I could see him as a coach, a high school coach. I could see him in the college because he know the game. He's real smart, witty, feisty, and the point guard is the most important position to some on the court. It's like the quarterback, and he was a great quarterback. So I gotta say that I hope he get into coaching, him and Rajon Rondo, not to put Rondo in it. It's about Chris, but yeah, he had a great career. He's a Hall of Famer. So I tip my hat off to him and a great career.
For sure. Definitely, Greg. Hey, DT, what you thinking about Chris Paul, man?
I think Chris Paul, like G was saying, he a class act, a guy that came and played the game the right way. You don't hear anything bad coming out about Chris Paul. He came and, had a career. And I feel Chris Paul elevated players around him, too. He knew how to get people, create the shots for the people, make sure they was in their right spot. And like Greg said, he was truly a leader. So if you want to base it off of that, and like Greg said, the championships he didn't get, and, I know he was trying to make moves or whatever to get to where he can get a ring. It just didn't work out for him. But, hey, you had a good career, Chris Paul. We appreciate being able to watch you. It's a lot of kids that model their game after you. And I know, like Greg was saying, coaching. I know he do some coaching with his AAU team, just like Rondo do. And he has some good players on that AAU team as well. I seen them in Alabama playing down there when they was playing against Lil Chris and them. So he's pretty good with that. But like Greg said, I love to see him really, like some of these people Like I want to see them in like leadership roles where they can develop young players. Like come in and help coach somewhere, or just even at the high school level, the junior high, just develop these kids where when they get there, they know how to what to do and how to do it, and not just on the court, like off the court where they financially ready. Like don't get up here to the NBA and blow your money. Like had these people that and been in this situation, talking to them and helping them. And I think Chris Paul would be a good guy to lead the way.
Definitely for sure, man. I agree. I agree with both takes. I think we all agree that class act. I don't know. I've heard things about different players playing with him, but I think he just holds people accountable, right? You get to the NBA, you got a lot of crybabies and people that come around that think they're supposed to be their way. And Chris Paul's the leader on the team, right? He makes sure that you get in what you put in. I think it was fun to watch him with the Clippers, with Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. That was a show right there. All those guys were in their prime. I hate to say, Donald Sterling is the one took a championship away from him with that trade when he was going to the Lakers at the time with Kobe. So it could have been a chance that Chris Paul could have definitely had a ring with one of those moves. But Chris Paul was so fun to watch in New Orleans, man. I mean, he was I mean, like you said, mid range. I mean, this is the time when he was dunking that, he putting it on your head too.
Yeah.
In between, handle wise, passing the ball. And this was around the time, not to throw Steve Nash in it, but this was around the time, we had those guards where we had those pass first and scoring guards that'll give you, like a Rondo too, that'll give you 20 and 10, 20 and 15, 25 and 15. So it was fun to watch, man. Chris Paul was one of my favorite players when I was younger. He is still now one of my top point guards I think that play in my books. But when he dropped that 60 points for his grandfather, man, the relationship he had with his grandpa is kind of the relationship I had with mine. You know what I mean? And so that really stood out a lot to me with Chris Paul. The type of family he got, mom and dad still around, his big brother. You know what I mean? He just got a great dynamic around him. And that's why I can't wait to see Junior. I mean, Junior on the AAU circuit right now, and he looked great, man. He putting the work in, man. So it's looking like Junior having fun. So Chris Paul got a lot, like you guys said, with this AAU program as well. He got a lot to sit back on. You know what I'm saying? Like to actually be like, hey, so he's still gonna be connected to basketball. So I can't wait to see what the next step is for him. I do agree with y'all. And let you go here. I do agree with you with the coaching wise though, that he does, if he can get into that field, because his like you said with Rondo, their IQs are just on a whole different level when it comes to playing that ball. Go ahead, G.
I just want to say one thing about the coaching. Keep your eye on that Wake Forest job. Because that's where he's from. So
that's right.
Just keep your eye on that and see where it's going throughout this year with him retiring. It could be a smooth transition. That's all I'm saying. You can have Junior down there running the point guard. I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's true. Yeah, like I said, I agree with JG. Definitely could look out for that, man. If that does open up, man, I think that would be great for Wake Forest, man, and Carolina, period. So, getting him back down there, so that'd be great to see, man. So yeah, definitely salute to Chris Paul, man. Hell of a career, Hall of Famer, soon be, man. And we just wish you many more blessings, you and your family, brother. So we're gonna go here next, man. We'll stay in the NBA. These NBA player extensions, man. They talking about this second apron. They all mad at CJ McCollum right now I think he's the president, right, over the players. Is that like I think he's
I think him and Chris Paul is.
Yeah, him and Chris Paul. I know they were both. Yeah, I know they were both doing that. So okay, guys, these extensions that's going on. Let me just throw a few names out there before you start. Okay, Devin Booker got his extension. I think it was like 185. Was it like 282 something? I think it might have been 2 something maybe.
I know he's gonna be getting like 75 a year.
75 a year. You got Shea, Chet, and Jalen Williams signed extension for over $822 million combined. DT, what we thinking here, man? I mean, with the NBA, I know that we're making more. I know that they're making more money now, due to the new the CBA agreements and stuff like that. I know the women will start soon anyway. We'll talk about that later on. But what do you think about these extensions, man? Are we gonna be are these teams basically what I'm saying is, are these teams gonna be able to keep their players?
How can you sustain that, man? Giving out this type money, you're not gonna be able to do that, man. Like OKC, that's a bankroll that you put out there, like. And some of these deals, it's like even some of the mediocre players are getting like big paydays. It's like, why didn't I have this opportunity? It's embarrassing. It's like, I mean, they get millions of dollars. Like, yeah, you're not really doing nothing. But I don't know what. I guess with the like these TV agreements, teams getting more money from the television contracts and stuff like that. But it's like, how long can you keep this up? Like, how long? Because at the end of the day, when you do stuff like this, where you pick contract extensions and stuff like that, guess who that's going to affect as well? That's going to affect me and you as a fan that want to go to that game when that ticket price is going to go higher. Because I got to put people in the seats, but in order for me to pay these guys, guess what? The concessions got to go higher, the tickets got to go higher. It's like, how I don't know how you can keep it up. Like, it just unless you got something like baseball where hey, spend all the money you want, but I don't know how you can sustain it. I mean, but don't get it twisted. You know, guys, hey, they play in the game. They play it for a reason. Even like with the Miles Turner, like how he signed that contract through free agency. Like he said, he knew what he was worth. He went to Indy with his number, which is only a couple million difference than what they was trying that he wanted. But Indy didn't want to hear that. And he said one of the guys texting back like, "Hey, the grass ain't greener on the other side." But he said the grass is going to always be greener on the other side because I know what I'm bringing over here. So it's like, hey, people doing what's best, and these extensions, hey, hats off. I mean, they deserve it. You know, we got guys here that play basketball like you and Greg. Hey, I wish y'all could have got a piece of it.
Yeah, well, hey, you hear me, DT? You ain't lying about that, brother. Hey,
Man,
G, what you thinking, man?
I'm more shocked than anything that I'm like, where OKC get this money from? And no hate, but what Derek said, he made a great point. You got to put the asses in the seats too, and we all know that all these top billion-dollar arenas is not selling out. And I'm gonna say this: it's due to the product. That money ain't matching everybody product what they bring to the game. You think Chet worth 200 some million? What have you done in 2 years to make me say you worth 200 some million? I ain't hating. I think the best should get the best pay. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not paying no mediocre guy. You give me 13 and 8, bro. You sit your ass down. You ain't did nothing. I'm just going off. That's Bron, Steph, KD money. The franchise movers. Our role player get 250. Yeah, everybody high now, but I don't. I think that's what's gonna kill a game. It should be brackets. Franchise guys get this. Number two get this. A third get this. That's why the game messed up. I say the same thing about NL. I mean, NIL. 5 stars should get this. 4 stars should get this. 3 stars should get this. It need to be bracket off. Everybody ain't great. Let's stop using that word. Because you put great behind the name, there's some type of money that's gonna come with it that you're gonna feel like you're being cheated. Guys like Ant-Man, guys like, the Tatums, the Pablo, um, what's his name? What's his name? Shea, those guys moving forward, moving the game forward. That is not a needle mover. No disrespect. Williams, you're not a needle mover because ain't nobody gonna come see you. You a good number two. I'm not hating on you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying though, like everybody is not top tier. And you're paying them like they top tier. Yeah, the CBA and all that, these TV contracts going to explode. But you got to be smart because if they don't, they're going to be traded. And the top teams and stuff, usually how the game goes is like the LAs, the New Yorks, and now you can add in the Golden States. Those guys be having the top guys and stuff that getting that type of money because the revenue is being in. LeBron, LA, Steph, Golden State. New York got a Brunson now. But that's more like players coming in and making that. So, I mean, shout out to him, Booker. You basically gonna be cooked in Phoenix, but you're gonna be getting your money. But other than that, like we seeing these breaking news of these guys getting that paper. Get your money, but as an owner, like Derek said, you got to make sure that them asses gonna be in the seats, which I doubt it, because I go to some NBA games. I know what a nosebleed look like at $300 because I sat in it. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was doing something. Now you up there, bro. What? What time? Yeah. You ain't look at the chart? Oh, shit. Like, I'm dropping popcorn and shit. And, like, so now it's like, okay, you got 3 kids. What, you gonna pay 900? Hell nah, nigga. That's mortgage. But that's going to check, though. All right, Fred, you got it.
Hey man, y'all, they're great. AG, you. Hey, boy, I think we all been on the end of that. You know what I mean? So I definitely relate there. I got two things to say, guys. I'm going from the POV of Sam Presti, right? That most of these guys I got was draft picks other than Shea, right? So what I'm going to do is I know that we do a great job of developing players, turning players into people like Wiggins and those guys that came off that bench to decent NBA players that can hold some minutes and be productive when they playing. We don't have to pay. We can pay those guys what we can, but we're gonna pay these top three guys what we do have, because we understand Sam Presti. He's about loyalty, right? Russell Westbrook got that huge contract from OKC because he was the only one that stayed. Remember, KD left Harden, they had to trade Harden. They thought, we get to these owners where they like, let's pay. They did it with Kobe, right? Kobe last contract that was due to loyalty and Kobe
Yeah, and
with the
rings.
team. Yeah, and rings. So y'all only got one. You know what I mean? But I know Sam Presti, like, okay, we've built these teams before and we end up losing people. We had the KD, we had the James Harden. We was up 3-1, and this motherfucker named Curry came through and said, nah, my nigga. Draymond said, nah, my nigga, y'all ain't really like that for real. I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all heart out with this goddamn knife. Then we gonna take your best player. He gonna come join us and he gonna come get 2 rings. Presti dealt with that nightmare and said, you know what? I know how to build back up. Let me go ahead and get these 3 guys. I agree with you. Jalen Williams is not I'm not going to go buy a ticket to watch Jalen Williams. I'm not going to buy a ticket to watch Chet. We are buying a ticket to watch Shea. You know what I mean? Wherever Shea goes, you're going to buy a ticket because he earned
Yeah,
he
earned
did
it.
what he did this year. He had a phenomenal year this year. So,
Yes, he
when
did.
it comes to ball playing and it comes to accolades, you know what I'm saying? And so I agree with that totally. So that's what I got to say about OKC. The problem is that I got with Devin Booker, I call it the Carmelo Anthony contract, where I get this huge advance, right? I know we not tuning up to win, but I'm gonna get paid. You know what I mean? Guess what? I'm fuck the NBA championship. I'm gonna go get these gold medals in the summer. So Devin Booker, like, shit, Devin Booker might want to. I'm gonna go get these gold medals. I'm gonna win here. I'm not gonna win in the NBA. You know what I mean? In the greatest league in the world, but I'm gonna win overseas. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what Carmelo Anthony did. Carmelo Anthony, of course, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. What he did for the game was great.
Yep.
But he goes in that bag of Damian Lillard, Carmelo Anthony, Devin Booker. You know what I mean? We can go Bradley Beal, where I'm gonna get these huge extensions. I know I'm gonna be able to take care of my family for the rest of my life, but I've also realized that my legacy is not. I'm not. They finally found out, like, maybe I just won't get that chance again. You know what I mean? Like, well, Monty Williams, you fired Monty Williams because of which was ridiculous. At the year after they got y'all to a championship. You know what I mean? Like, after y'all built something and got there, so that's a whole nother topic as well. With coaches not getting the just due, when they're producing. But I just look at it. Those are the kind of contracts that we've seen over years where certain players like, well, shit, fuck it, I'm just going to go ahead and get paid instead of me trying to go, win a ring. You know what I mean? Now you get a situation where, like, a Kyrie Irving, he's continuing to get paid and he's won. You know what I mean? He's continuing to get paid, but also he is one of them guys. When it comes down to basketball, this guy is really good at playing basketball. You know what I mean? Like, he's really good. You know what I'm saying? Same way, but guess what? The guys, like you said, G, I do agree too, and I'm gonna end it here. There should be a bracket. I'm not paying you with LeBron James, Steph Curry. You're not even going to be able to touch this. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Kevin Durant, you can't even get to this place, without being able to approve. And that's why I thought the all NBA teams was for, right? Where they said Jaren Jackson, he missed out on this. Y'all still pay Jaren Jackson $225 million dollars. I mean, damn. So I'm trying to figure out what he was missing out on. Was it an extra 15, 30? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out, because y'all paid him. I mean, goddamn, he making what, 40, 50 million a year now. And Jaren
he only averaged 17 a game.
17 a game. He barely ain't even averaged 10 rebounds. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, our power forward cannot do that. Well, we paying people more than we pay Hakeem, Tim Duncan. I mean, come on, y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. So, I mean, I understand the money, and I can understand when the older guys is a little bitter. They like, hold on. I played it. You know who I was guarding? Shaquille
Malone, Barkley.
Malone. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, bro.
Tim Duncan one night. KG the other night. Rasheed Wallace tomorrow.
Come on, dog. And that's why the power forwards, when they talk about it, we seen podcasts where they talked about it, like the power forward position at that
Chris
time.
Webber 2 days later.
Chris Webber 2 days later. One of the best passing bigs out there. Like, come on, that was crazy. And that's not even talking about the guys that we don't mention enough, like the Antonio McDyces, you know what I mean? Those guys, you know what I'm saying?
Derek Coleman.
The Garrett Coleman, you know what I'm saying? The Larry Johnson. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can go Sean Kemp's, like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even talking about those guys where you just had you didn't have a night off at that time, man. You didn't have a night off, man. You had to get busy, man. So yeah, man. Hey, like, listen. Shout out to y'all for being born in the right time, man. Shout out for y'all for taking advantage and getting the opportunity to get here. Hey, kids, if y'all watching, I'm telling you, you can get paid. You can get paid. Man. You can get paid, man. You can change your life. So definitely, man. Shout out to those guys with those extensions, man. All right, man. We're gonna go here. LeBron Destinations if he leaves LA, y'all. I know we all been hearing the chatter. Rich Paul saying one thing. Brian golfing in Cleveland, taking pictures in front of Cleveland. Oh, I live here, y'all. This is where I'm from. Okay, cool. But we got it. But we know you one of those guys, Brian. You always be. You know what I mean? You throw little shit out there. We hearing that. I just read a report where they're saying that he didn't know anything about the Luka trade and basically how LA is, you know, being submissive to Luka. Basically, we want to build around Luka, which makes total sense, right? You know, which makes sense. We understand how much money was made by you, Brian. Anywhere you would have played, money would have been made, right? He could have played where in Brooklyn Nets, right? I mean, let's be honest, right? Anywhere Brian would have got made, he's big business. He's one of the biggest household names in America, other than Steph Curry and Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, etc. Right? So Michael Jordan. So guys, LeBron James, if he does leave LA, G, we'll start with you. Where should he go?
He should go back home, where it all started at. I think that'll be good for him to go home. You know, the Cleveland got a good team. It depends on what they give up to get him, what Cleveland willing to give up to get him. But I think going home would be perfect for him. You know, the matching already set up and everything. And the pool guy there, Derek, um, everybody's there, so he can go ahead and just go back to somewhere where it's comfortable. He can do his powder toss back again. You know what I'm saying? And just like end it where it started. And I'm all serious too. Like, I just go home, bro. Like, I did the LA thing. I did the act in Space Jam too. I did it. But, you know, it's up to him at the end of the day. LeBron control his destiny better than anybody in the game. So he could throw out cryptic posts, tweets. You know, we all look at it. And, you know, he know how to control the summer when it's dead. No disrespect to baseball. But LeBron you know, mood swings. He know how to move the crowd like Rakim. So if he make a post, I might tag some people like, look at this sucker. You know, look at this, you know. And it's like, it's something he been doing for 20-something years, just being all fairness. If LeBron want to leave and go to L.A., leave L.A. and go Cleveland or New York, I think it should be Cleveland. I just think Cleveland got more to give to L.A. for Luka, you know, and you get LeBron back. But you got to think, will Cleveland willing to do that for somebody that's going to be 41 in December? That's something to think about. But home, Cleveland would be the best choice for me.
For sure, great. They definitely, man. They great. I mean, definitely good take. I think so as well. That's one of my spots as well. DT, what you thinking, man? Where should Brian go, man?
I hate to agree with the foolishness, but Greg might be on to something there. So Cleveland makes sense to LeBron James. It makes, like Greg said, and this, you want to come back to shut guys up like Greg Clark, you come back to Cleveland, you win another ring. Then they got to be sissy silence. They can't talk. It ain't you chasing this, you chasing that. Now I put on for my city once again. So Cleveland is for Cleveland. It ain't even about LeBron. Ain't about money. It's just a matter of when it happens at this point. Go ahead, come back, put on for Cleveland, even though I don't got nothing to do with that mistake by the lake. I'm an Ohio guy, Cincinnati, 513. But come on back to Cleveland and do what you do. It's guys that's gonna hate when you pick that trophy up again, and they gonna know how to deal with it. They gonna do what they do now. Look, let me scratch my head. That's what it's gonna make them do. Because all the bashing that people do about this guy, like he controls it. What he want to do, it's not about money. It's about him doing what he can do. I can control what I can control. I can control where I go. I said, like people say, I design myself like this. That's what he did. He just
I
did.
never left Cincinnati, but go ahead.
No, he designed himself to be able to control what he want to control, Greg. That's what you got to understand. And you have left Cincinnati. You've been out the
He ain't built like me.
you've been
He's
out
not.
the play.
And I don't care.
And
He
all
ain't built like me. You better ask him. He ain't built like me. And anybody that's watching, no, he ain't built like me.
what
Greg ain't running to no stack squad.
why does
No,
it
sir. I'll bust you niggas' ass.
why does
Yeah.
it have to be a broad
Yeah.
like
He ain't built like me.
no,
No, sir. But go ahead.
you don't have the destinations to be built like LeBron. He's go anywhere he wants to. Greg,
Man, you better put them knee pads off, boy.
hey,
Get up.
no homo, man. Pause.
Put them knee pads. No, you get excited when you talk about LeBron.
Leave.
You do, bro.
Greg, what
His
the
hands come out. Look at his hand. He move his hands. He ain't do that with no other segment. Well, bro, I peep stuff, though. I see.
Hey, Greg, would you stop it, man? And I told you earlier at the look at this here. This guy, Greg, here. Once again, I don't know why I had to do this every time it comes to LeBron. Let the record reflect I am not a LeBron James fan. I'm not the super fan that Greg Clark is. He's a super fan with hate in him. I'm not him. I'm not him. Like, stop it, Greg. But Fred, he went to LeBron James. And going back, you from the Akron area, going back to the 216, win you another ring, man, and go out on top. Or even if you don't win a ring, just be able to end your career where you started at. You know, ain't no place like home. That's why I'm back in Cincy.
No, real talk, real talk. Nah, both takes, man. DT, y'all too, man. Y'all so funny, man. Hey, listen, this what I'm gonna say, man. I think Cleveland is one of the destinations. Now if Cleveland does take him, I'm only taking him off a buyout. I'm not trading nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm want him to get bought out from LA. That way he can just come on, take a space on the team, and that way we can keep our team together, put him at that 3, and we can go ahead and run. Because that would be nice. You know, him, Garland, Braun, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That's a squad. Lonzo Ball coming off the bench with your shooter. You know, you got some. You know, that's a team right there. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna tell you, my destination for him is right up right up the street, not too far from the Lakers, man. The Bay Area, the Bay Area. Listen. Y'all already want to get rid of Kuminga. Put Kuminga with Luka. Put Kuminga with Luka, DeAndre Ayton. They'll put him with their boys, because let's be honest. Regardless if you're a Steph Curry fan, a LeBron James fan, what we saw in the Olympics with them two, come on, dog. That shit was fun, man. I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed that. Bron ain't never played with a guy like that, bro. You know what I mean? Where you just, come on, man. Like, Bron can throw that motherfucker to him anywhere. Bron a hell of a passer. I'm saying, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Look, just hear me out. G, I know that's the worst place that you would want him to go, because it would, you're going to have to burn your jersey. I get it, man. I get it. But what I'm saying is, this is giving Curry another chance to be able to win a ring. This is giving Bron another chance to win a ring, because if they get together, they got a chance, bro. Let's just be honest. Them guys, especially if they able to keep Jimmy Butler. You hear me? Like, if they able to keep them three together, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Like, I'm just saying, because Draymond gonna stay too. Bron is, if he won't come if Draymond ain't there, right? Because that's one of his guys. We all see that. Off the, like you said, in the summer, these guys be together like they best pals. You know what I mean? So, like, he would have to stay. But what I'm saying is that, to me, that those two places, I don't see nowhere else for him to go. Either he go home to Cleveland, retire at the crib, which makes sense, or he goes and you go and try to win another one. Cleveland could win one now. They could definitely win one, because right now the NBA is wide the hell open. I mean, it ain't a team that I can say that's really favorite to go back other than maybe OKC. But I don't even think it's hard to repeat. It's hard to repeat. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you get a guy like Cleveland where you lose in the second round, they got an edge on it. They sick right now, too. You feel me? And then we got to realize, too, Donovan Mitchell is a hell of a ball player, but we still need a leader there. You know what I mean? We need a leader there. You get LeBron James there with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, man. That squad right there. I really like the coach that came from Golden State, Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson, hell of a coach. You know what I mean? Like, I think they got enough over there to get it done, especially in the Eastern Conference right now, because we saw Tyrese Halliburton is not suiting up at all next year. Jason Tatum working to get back, but he's not going to be back until second half of the season. I wouldn't even play if I was Jason Tatum. You know, Milwaukee, they brought everybody back, but they still in shambles to me. You know what I mean? They didn't move the needle for me too much at all. They just pretty much got the same team. So I'm looking in the East, other than the young boys. Atlanta gonna be good, Orlando gonna be good. They're gonna be tough, but I don't see them beating a team like Cleveland in 7 games. You know what I'm saying? If they obtain LeBron. So that's the destination. Only other third destination is him staying put in LA. which I think that's probably what's going to end up happening is him staying in LA with Luka and them. I think he has to I think he has to realize that this is the first time that you're dealing with this adversity. Bron, sometimes the people were ready. They were getting ready for you to retire. That's what they're doing. That's what they're building. That's why they sold the team. They're getting ready. They're getting ready for you to retire, brother. It's time to go ahead and play. If you're gonna do one more year, play the year, retire, so we can move on. LA fans, I hate to say, they can't. I was reading the comments. I mean, I was like, God damn. They like, I'm fed up. We ready for him to go. We ready for
They
him
never
to go.
wanted him. A lot of them didn't even want him there because of the LeBron Kobe thing. If he do something, he better. That was the chant. You remember they was murals they was spray painting over when he came to LA. People put murals up. Nah, we don't. But they want to say I'm hating. I saw it. Go ahead. Go my fault, Fred.
No. I'm saying that's what I'm saying is that like Bron gets to choose and he gets to go. What I'm saying is that it's basically what Bron is looking for. That's where he wants to end his situation. And like you said, the two places, Cleveland or Sterling or LA, would be that if he wants to try to go win another ring, you need to reconsider that trade, that offer that Golden State had for you last year that you guys turned down. If you can buy out and you can add LeBron James to that team with Curry and them, they will have a chance to win a ring next year if they are healthy.
Mm-hmm.
If they are healthy, that's the number one thing. If they are healthy, and like I said, with Houston too, I think I forgot to mention another team that might be able to do something. Houston, Dallas, if they are healthy. So that's got a lot to do with it. So yeah, we can't wait to see what happened, LeBron, man. Hey, let's make a decision, Bron. It's okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just make a decision so we can go ahead on and we can figure this out, man. So look, man, we're gonna go ahead and switch up the topics here, man. We done with our sports segment for the day, man. We're gonna go here, man. Why is being a snitch acceptable now, man? Like, we gotta talk about this, DT. We start with you, DT, because you downtown to the fullest, man. You understand what's going on here. DT, why is this being acceptable now? Why is this okay now, man? Let's chop it up, y'all. We gonna do our thing. Please let me know what's on your mind. We'll get it going.
Honestly, it's being acceptable because everybody's doing it. Guess what they'd say? Oh, he ain't my boy. Oh, he ain't my guy. Listen, to tell on somebody, he ain't my boy. Like, that's what they doing. But guess what? And it'll be people that'll be in agreement with it, like, shit, yeah, I feel you, fucking like. But the thing about it, it's like, I don't know, like when you say snitching, it's certain stuff like snitching. You can't say it's snitching, but if you in the streets and you doing stuff in the streets and you going out here, like, this person doing this to provide for his family, and you going over there having the police come kicking in this door, that's snitching. But when there's people out here that's killing babies, killing mamas, killing kids, honestly, me personally, if you telling that kid, like that person, that this kid ain't got nothing to do, like it was just a killing up there at Shelton Gardens, the girl 22 years old. When I read the thing, they said the guy shot her because she peeked out her door. He had killed a 17-year-old kid 6 days before that, shot through his house, and the kid had just got out. He was 24 from doing 8 years. So it's snitching. It really is just people, they doing it. And it's sad to say, and honestly, me personally, when I hear they say somebody snitching or anything like that, hey, if you on my social media or anything like that, guess what I do? Unfriend you. I'm not associating with it. Listen, they can duct tape my mouth because I ain't got nothing to say. Like, it ain't going to happen. You're not finna get me to put nothing on nobody to get myself out of a situation. If I did anything, I got to be able to go do whatever I got to do to pay my debt back to society. But all that telling is because it's comfortable. All these little guys is doing it. They see these rappers. They say, oh, this rapper told, what's his name? Gunna. He told on Thugger. These stars. So they feel like, shit, he did it. Why can't I?
Mm-hmm.
But it's sad because you taking people away from their families. Don't get it twisted. Never am I condoning selling drugs or anything like that. But I don't knock a person's hustle. Like, I grew up around people that's in the streets. RIP to my grandma. She never had a job, but she always moved weight. So what the hell?
Did you snitch on his grandma? Did you snitch on his grandma?
I'm not snitching. This is real life. My grandma she's gone. I'm not telling nothing that the
Did you
world.
hear what you just said, bro?
Greg,
Did
I'm
you
not.
just hear him?
Listen, I'm not knocking her hustle.
I'm done. I'm done. My
Hey,
hands up.
her job. I'm not knocking her hustle. I'm never a
Granny.
snitch, Greg.
Granny.
Let's not associate me with that. Listen, all I'm saying is, I don't knock a person hustle what they doing to feed their family. If they not out here killing nobody, taking robbing or stealing from nobody, hey, why are you putting me in this situation? But Greg, carry on, man. I'm never going to be 12, man. I was 11 twice because I can never be 12.
Boy. All right, DT. Gee, what you thinking, man? Why is this going? Why is it so acceptable now,
I
man?
ain't know. I'm be honest with y'all. I ain't know it was acceptable.
Mm.
I didn't know that. Like I could, but I probably need to get out more. That's what it is. Probably need to get out more, man. Because a lot of things where I'm accustomed to, they didn't change the rules, and it goes with the era.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things being accepted that we can't control. But as we was coming up, we didn't do. It was rules to the streets, and not saying I was deep in it or anything. I know my little way around it, but there's things that's being accepted that I'm not used to accepting, and that ain't just in the streets. It's, sports and a lot of things. Because when you speak on it, you become a hater, and that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like guys, telling, and that was a code in the streets. Like it was consequences that came with that. People getting passes now, so that's why I say like a person with loose lips is dangerous. Like, he a dangerous person. Ain't with a weapon. His mouth is real dangerous, and then I look at the trigger finger as the pointer. People be deadly with that trigger finger. The trigger finger is the point finger that'll get you life and everything. So I hear a lot of things. I hear a lot of scenarios and situations. Like Derek said, people post on Facebook and talk about. But I'm seeing that it's acceptable. Why? I don't know. A lot of guys tough on the streets probably can't do time. So, and Pusha T, speaking of Pusha T, he got a song called Snitch. And the letters in the word snitch stands for sorry nigga, I'm trying to come home. You know, and that's been going on a lot. And people walking around like it's cool. It's people really that I be hearing walking the streets, then told on people. And they still on the block. See that block, and I don't condone this, but I know the rules. That block he went back in our day, it would have been teddy bears, RP t-shirts, incense. It'd been a questionnaire. What happened when he was just standing right here and all of a sudden there was a crowd and it opened up? And then that's where he laid at, and then, police come asking. Ain't nobody saying nothing. If you participated in snitching, it was things that come with that. So like Derek said, when you out here, it was rules and stuff. I guess it ain't none no more in this era. This stuff like this is stuff that's I'm against that people are cool with. It's a ritual. And that's why it's allowed. That's why it's acceptable. Like Derek said, killing somebody, family, and all this and that. Even to that point, if I ain't got nothing to do with it, I'm muzzled. Like, I mean, it's sad, but once they find out if you went and told, that knock on that door or whatever, you catch you slipping. You got the incense, you got the teddy bears, you got your favorite drink, you got that RPT shirt that everybody wearing. So there's things that come with that, but it's being acceptable now. That's letting you know what society is. That's why a lot of guys walk around soft. That's why a lot of guys, can't fight. They pants too tight. That's why a lot of guys got purses and stuff, getting their nails done. That all come with the snitching and shit being acceptable. You ain't no man for real. So I understand why you think because it's a Louis bag give you a pass to dress like your girl with a purse. Girls ran their mouth. You running your mouth like a girl. Now you snitching. You get your nails done too next to her, and you want me to take you serious. I can't take you serious. But hey, a lot of stuff is being accepted now other than snitching. I can go on and on, but I'm gonna let my boy Fred go ahead and, drop his 2 cents.
Nah, y'all. Hey, both of y'all. I think both of y'all made total sense about what's going on. And I think you hit it right on the nail. Like, why? it's never been acceptable in my book. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
what reason where I kind of got to this, because I just even thank the Lord for Mom, Dukes, and Pops, man. I never had to play the streets, right? You know, I never, but I grew up, you know, I was born in Bond Hill, moved to Kenya. I grew up around it, right? I grew up, I had friends that was dibbling and dabbling. Their parents was dibbling and dabbling, never judged them. They still some of my brothers to this day. You know what I mean? And also, they were some of my best friends because they didn't let me dibble and dabble, even if they was doing it. You see what I'm saying? So these guys that I honor, they're going to always have my respect regardless. But the number one thing is, I remember my mom was a teacher. My dad was a teacher. They was never in the tattletelling. I mean, that was something that we learned as kids. You know what I mean? Like, hey, they gone with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go handle, you handle that. Don't come down here telling them motherfucker, you're going to go back upstairs and do the same damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I do that with my kids. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like, bye. Go get about my place. You know what I'm saying? If y'all figure it out and then come back down. Now, of course, if something's going on where I need to insert myself, then I will, But I think the biggest thing is this. Nobody has a moral compass anymore. These young kids don't understand that. They're not growing up with that. They don't understand that everything right and wrong, right? But what I mean by that is that when it's my business, it's my business. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to be sitting around here inserting myself in other people's business. That's where you get hurt. That's where you get exposed. Like, I've just watched Big Facts with Big Bank, man, on one of my favorite podcasts. I like Big Bank a lot because he a lot of honor and respect on his end where he speaks the truth, and kind of like us, right? If you watch him, you will see some similarities where we talk about the same things. And one thing he said is that I tell the youngest this. He said, them niggas that's posting them guns, that's running around with these guns, I say, listen, if y'all know what's coming, if you okay with what's coming with this shit, then go do it. You him. But soon as I see your ass in that interrogation room, soon as I see your ass up on that stand, it ain't even a reason to get excited. That nigga's a rat. It's simple. It's simple. Like the Gunner situation. You could have amended before you did the profit deal and said, hey, I'm not gonna say that YSL is a game, right? You went up there, you said that YSL is a game. Gee, you can't trick me to tell me that something is a gang if I know it's gonna hurt my brother. If Derek's still on trial and G on trial and they offer me a profit deal to get out, is that hurting the case or is it helping the case? It's hurting the case, right? Because it's a RICO, right? They're trying to prove that it's a game. Regardless of how you felt, regardless of you can blame it on your lawyer. You got up there, you said that YSL is a gang. It is simple. I think people are trying to find different loopholes and different things around what it is. Shout out to Cam and Mace. It is what it is. That's just what it is. That is simple. This is not like I said, it's just people say he is snitch. Well, where the paperwork at? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't go off of what, if G said this nigga was a snitch, that's my man's. That don't mean that I'm gonna off rip just believe G because he's saying that, right? You know what I'm saying? I need the documentation beats conversation. As soon as I see you in that paperwork, we are done. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. Like Derek said, I'm unfollowing you. I'm not a street guy. I just don't rock with that. We know people that are upstate or doing time, right, behind people telling on them. They didn't get caught. You got caught, and you gonna tell on me? I'm at the crib with the fam. You got caught, DT. Why you putting me in it? They don't even know about Fred. Why is that fair to me? Why is that fair to me? We all four got in the whip. 3 of us got away. You got caught. Now I'm gonna tell on everybody else that was in the whip because I'm not taking this. That's what we talking about, not being ready for this. If you're not okay with, for example, right? What we saw this weekend. Hey, DT, I ain't using you. I know you wouldn't do that. I'm just saying. I'm just using it for example. But look what Lil Meech did. You seen the video? You see what Lil Meech did this weekend, right? His partner was asleep. He'd have put the gun and the drugs on dude. He wake bro up. The police walking to the car like this.
Hey,
yeah, the video going over 50 cents. It's on 50 page. 50 talking about 50 put on this page. Go ahead, DC.
Now about that situation, what you just said, right? What Big Meech just did, man. Listen, this on my soul. I don't care if it was Jesus Christ himself or whoever. If you did something like that to me, nigga, ain't no snitching. We finna straighten this out right here, right now, nigga. Right. You got. Hey, we gonna straighten this out, nigga. Right. You gonna man up to this? All right, we gonna man up, bitch. Because I'm not taking it. Like, no, we gonna straighten it out. It's not.
I believe him. That's how he be when he talk about LeBron.
No, it's not
See
gonna
how his
be.
hands is?
No,
That's what I believe in.
I
it ain't
No,
believe
gonna
I
you.
believe you. I
be.
believe you though. Go ahead, Derek. I believe you. No, listen.
I'm gonna
Look at
straighten.
your eyes, bro. You serious?
Yeah, we're gonna straighten that out. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about
Yeah,
it. We
he's
going down
serious.
there, and then, you know when that prosecutor, that man, that a detective like that movie, you know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up because I'm gonna straighten this out. It ain't nothing else to talk about. I don't call me a snitch. You put that shit on me, and you know it ain't mine. I'm straightening it out. I'm not going back for nobody else. No, I'm gonna
Nah,
straighten
real
this
talk.
out,
Real
flat out.
talk. Real talk. And that's it. And I agree with
Yeah,
you,
this
DT.
ain't no joke. This is real life.
It's real life.
The fuck?
No, listen. Y'all both just got me there. Fred said, "Why you tell on me? I'm at the crib." What the fuck?
I'm at, I'm at the crib. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and then this what I'm saying with Meech and them. Then you wake bruh up with the shit on him. Guess what? They find the gun. The police come
Try
over
not to
back.
laugh.
The police come over to Meech. What me say in the second video? He said this. He told me, "Did you find the other shit though?" Hold on. He'd
No,
already
he
got caught
did,
with the
man.
gun. He
Hey,
said,
you
he said,
gotta
"Did you
send
find
that
the
to
other?"
me, bro. You
I'm gonna
gotta
send
when
you the
we
video.
when we done, you gotta send that to me.
Hey man, I'm gonna send the 150, man. You know 50, 50 couldn't wait. 50, like, see what I'm saying?
Oh,
And that's what that's the whole point is that when you wasn't your dad, right? You're that wasn't you. That was you're not even a part of that. That ain't got nothing to do with you, with what they had going on. And they was able to do this operation of what they was able to build. What I'm saying is even with that, they still end up doing jail time, right? You know what I'm saying? Because people end up being sloppy, put on these phones, different things like that. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, listen, it is okay to mind your business. This is how you last a long time here on earth. Let me give you a secret. Mind your goddamn business, man. Go to the gym. You'll be here for a long damn time, bro. Because guess what? People that mind their business, you ain't into nothing. You ain't got to worry about
facts.
nobody back on you because they ain't got nothing on you. If you get hit with a straight bullet, that's just God. You know what I mean? You walk to the store, motherfucker, let off 100 rounds. I can't do nothing about that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when things happen organically, that was just meant to, it was already written. What I'm saying is when you mind your business and you do what you're supposed to do, you don't have to worry about the jail cell. You don't have to worry about talking to detectives. You can't ask for the interrogation room. I've never been in one. I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, and I do know the number one rule was this. Soon as they come in there, baby, I know you don't give a fuck about my family. I know you don't give a fuck about my future. Give me a lawyer. I'm going to say it 3 times. Give me a lawyer. So I can go in and talk to my lawyer and we can do this thing the right way. You know what I mean? Because a lot of
right.
y'all don't realize y'all running your mouth so much that y'all done already built the case on yourself. It's simple now. You know what I mean? You can't retract what you done said already. We gonna go off of this. We gonna launch an investigation. You gonna get your discovery. The lawyer gonna already tell you, like, look, man, especially if it ain't a paid one, right? You know what I mean? You got one that's appointed. They just trying to get the goddamn case in the, you know, like, hey man, take this deal, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is like, listen, youngest, DT, y'all spot on with it. Listen, youngest, there was a code that we live by. Even the mob back in the day where they didn't shoot kids, they didn't shoot women, they didn't, you know, there was a code. You know, if you snitched, you died. You know what I mean? Whitey Bulger. One of my favorite movies with Johnny Depp, the Black Mass, which I think he did a hell of a job in.
Classic.
He ended up in regular PC. I mean, he got out of PC, regular population. They found out. Soon as they found out to try to find this man, they cut the nigga tongue out his mouth and put it in his ass. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It don't stop. These guys come from, you know what I mean, people, families, you know, you took down a whole goddamn family. You know what I mean? You know they
yeah.
was coming for you. So that's what I want to say. I just want to clear that up, y'all, youngest man. It ain't never been cool. It ain't never been okay, man. Like Derek said, you know, if you're part of a situation where you see somebody being harmed, you see some kids or something, somebody trying to snatch a kid or something, you right there, you say something. You would be wrong not to say nothing. That kid, they ain't got nothing to do with this. But also, if it ain't got nothing, you know, if I hear shooting outside, I don't run to the window.
No,
I'll just being honest. If I hear thunder outside, I don't need to hear that. I don't need to see that it's thunder. If it's raining, I'm fine. It's cool. I hear the rain.
that's your indication.
I'm gonna sit my ass down. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say. All right, y'all. Hey, man, and we're gonna transition right here, man, because it's pretty easy. I think we both talked about this. Are we living in hell on earth? You know, we talk about hell and we talk about heaven and hell, right? We both. I think I grew up in the church. Derek, I know you did. G, I know Miss Tracy. I know she ain't play about that either. So let's talk about this, man, because what we're seeing right now, what happened in Texas with that flood, these youngins having these type of guns, they killing each other. DT, you just talked about an incident where you shooting people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? People are losing their lives, man. It's kind of crazy out here right now. So what I'm saying is, do you guys think we living in are we living in hell on earth right now, man? And are we DT, we'll start with you.
Nope, I wouldn't say that. What we living in is a world where people just lost the sense of love. Like people ain't being brought up. Like I tell people, I was raised on love. Like my grandma and them loved me. Now it's everybody being taught to be for themselves. Like it's a dog eat dog world. Like shit, fuck little Ray. He got $20 over there. You broke. Them noodles ain't gonna cut it. It's the hate. Like it's the envy, the jealousy that people are being taught. Like man, and you see it back in the day. It used to be like I can do something, and Greg Mama can be like, "Come here, Derek," and tearing my ass because it's just the way people. It was just how it is. Now, if you touch a person's child, they want to come at you, but all you was trying to do was correct their child behavior. So it's. I think it's just about the mindset of the people. I don't think we're living in hell, man. It's just it's a crazy world we living in, but it's the way people are being taught. It's the things that they're being taught, or the things that people are accepting from them. But also, it comes back to disciplining kids, like being in control, knowing where your kids live at. Because let me tell y'all this. I didn't even tell y'all this neither, because I felt like a bitch. I real life got played like a bitch on this incident too. I was doing Uber. I got a ride at 4:36 in the morning. I was over on Queen City in Wyoming, right there by the UDF. I pull up. The kids come to the cars. 2 kids come up to me. He said, "Hey, we ordered the XL, but the XL, the guy didn't speak English, so he wouldn't let us in." He said, "Hey, man, would you please take us?" But they ordered a ride, but I got a Toyota Camry. So I said, "Yeah, come on, get on in." So the little kid, his name was Little B. Little B got in my car. He started touching my little water bottles. Like, "What kind of juice is this?" I said, "No, bro, that ain't juice." So, okay, cool. We ride. Little B say this to me. He said, "What kind of car is this?" I said, "It's a Toyota Camry." He said, "Oh, it ride pretty smooth." He's like, "I'm going to get one of these." I said, "Oh, that's what's up. You going to buy one?" He said, "Yeah, I'm finna get one in a minute." I said, "Okay." He said, "Yeah, I'm finna get one right now." So I'm thinking to myself, like, no, like not right now, B.
On
So,
rush.
so listen. So Lil B said he finna get one right now. Lil B got a book bag, right? Lil B up that thing. I said, "No, bro. No, bro, this ain't that." God was with Lil B. My temper has been somewhere else. I didn't have my gun with me. If I had my gun, I would have got out and killed all those kids, man. But it was the fact when I'm doing this, and he's like, "Oh no, I was just showing you I had a gun, bro." When I tell you the bitch came out of me, nigga, I was
What
telling
you
Lil B,
mean, bitch? That wasn't
I
no
was like,
bitch.
no, you like, man, listen, I was scared. Like, and it was a little kid. And I took this kid to the west side of Cincinnati in a nice area over there with a nice house. And I contemplated days on going back to do something to Lil B. Because you caught me like this, like I'm just doing a job, B. It's 4:36 in the morning. It was 8 kids, bro. I was nice. It was Lil B and another one in the front, and it was 2 groups of 3 in the back on top of each other's laps. Bro, when I tell you, like, man, and this Lil B was a little bitty baby, bro. He was a kid. He probably was about 14, 15. If Lil B was in there, I could have choked Lil B and killed him. But I know it was a kid behind me that had a gun too, because I could tell he was clutching his waist before he got in the car. But it's stuff like that, it just don't make sense, man. Like, and I told some people this, and they were like, "Don't make me go get Lil B on you." That shit bothers me so much. Like, cause Lil B, I'm telling you, man, if I would have killed Lil B, man. Like, it wouldn't have been nothing to think about it. But my temper has been so short. I've been leaving it. Like, no, I don't want to, because I ain't gonna put myself in a situation. I know my fuse is short. I'm gonna let it go. But boy, Lil B, I swear to God, God was with Lil B. So if you got a kid named Lil B on the west side, you need to get a hold of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously.
Hey, DT, thanks for sharing this, bro. Like, I think that was perfect for this segment right here, man. And we glad nothing happened. glad you still got the car. We glad that you still safe, and we glad we honestly glad Lil B got
That's
spared because
crazy.
we know. So that's why I said I think that G said it, armrest, right? So I want to make sure that you caught that while G said it. And G, what you thinking, man? What you thinking about living in hell on earth, man? And basically, we can just go off of what Derek was saying here.
Um, to some people, it is hell on earth. You know what I'm saying? Because some people feel like they can't get it right. Some people, feel like, you know, uh, it's no end to the tragedy, to the depression, to the anxiety. Every day, some people wake up, which they still sleep, to face this shit and what's going on in the news around our neighborhood communities. Like Derek say, stores is crazy. But I always thought that don't none get well. And my brother Tay, is funny. We got this segment. Shout out to Tay. Tay said he always got a great choice of words when we talk. He said people be talking about hell, hell. He said, but people make their own hell. They don't talk about that. They make their own hell. I said, damn, bro, that was deep. He's like, yeah. They always talking about the stuff that's going on. They put themselves in that position. They don't want to elaborate on why they in this hell. I said, that's why to counter that, I said that's why you make your home heaven. Because you're walking out in the hell if you feel that way. You come home to peace because the chaos that's going on outside your door can be considered hell. What you got to do to get to work? Derek was working, being nice. Look what happened. Derek said he felt like a bitch. Nah, anybody under that situation, it's really hard to stay calm, especially when you're doing a nice gesture for some young men, making sure they got home. He wanted to show Derek he was packing. You know
Oh
what I'm
no, this
saying?
young
And I,
man
and I, and I, and
ladies
I
as well. It was little girls with him too.
okay, little girls was with him too, but to have a pistol to show Derek like what? But this the stuff that's going on that a lot of stuff we can't control. And a lot of things to do with hell is like look at the stuff they look at what Trump doing. A lot of women that's been getting public assistance. And now hearing that this might be took from them. Like how bad can it get? My Section 8 might get took. They looking at that as hell. I say, well, make yourself happy. You know, you got to choose to apply yourself and get out of the hell. Now, if you choose to stay in it, that's making your own hell. And for us people out here, I always say we are amongst them walking dead. Because there's a lot of people late night want to break in your car, break in your house, steal a little change out your car, you know, and it's just something that's like, damn, do things get better? No, it's up to you to get better and make the proper adjustment. And I think it's a cop out sometimes of people to say it's hell, because they like to blame shit on the devil and hell and this and that when they ain't doing nothing. You know, you got to take responsibility to as well to get us out the quote unquote hell that they in. So it ain't always hell on earth because things going bad. It's maybe as you ain't doing nothing and make it look bad. Just be productive and learn how to make adjustments and shit. Even hanging on your block. Your block ain't the same. You was on that block 20 years ago. It's new faces, new people move in, stuff like that. Even going out, I hear Fred and them say stuff different about going out. Things change and don't mean it's gonna change for the better or the good, but that's my piece on that.
Nah, definitely, man. Tate, that's a bar right there, man. What Tate said, kind of, people make it they hell because of with the decisions that you do make. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people want to make these decisions and not be okay with the consequences. Not really, we're not, not really realizing you can make good decisions and have good consequences too. You know what I mean? People always look at
Facts.
consequence as a negative, right? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna pay the consequence. That's kind of how it's been dealt with us as we was kids growing up to be adults now. But there's good consequences that come from good decisions too. And so I think the biggest thing is this is that our the grandmas 40 years old now. The mama's 20, 23. Our grandma, like I just remember like when I spent time with my grandma and grandpa, we was going to church. They went to church every Sunday. We sat down at the table, we ate together. My grandpa and my grandma always was hitting me with Bible verse. My grandma still to this day, Beatrice, I love you, Beatrice Kelly. That's my baby. I just seen her the other day. She's still doing her thing, walking, talking, and everything. So,
That's what's up.
in her 80s, and so I'm blessed to still be, had that matriarch of our family still around. But my grandfather, I mean, Derek, Big Bob, that was, you talk about leading with love. He took care of so many people. Like I tell people to this day, I say I couldn't do nothing to that man. Somebody else will hurt me that ain't part of my family that'll do something to me if I did something to that man. And I'm his grandson. You know what I mean? Like I'm just talking about the stories I heard about what he did for people, feeding them, making sure they had clothes, taking them home, the sports teams. That was my role model. On Saturdays, we used to get food from the church. We would go to different neighborhoods. We went to the T, we went to Millville, we went to the Fay. This was where I met a lot
I
of my
probably got
friends.
one of the meals.
Yeah, like real talk. Like we used to deliver all the time. We used to deliver all the time, and so I used to be with him all the time. And these is where I met some of the coolest people that's still my friends to this day. You know what I mean? We was getting in these places, and I think that's why my kids and my wife always like, man, somebody everywhere we go. It ain't just from basketball, but it's just from just meeting cool people from church to just being outside, man. And so I appreciate him for that. But just also having educators in my house, right? Is that other kids that my mom and them did extra things for other kids. I saw it all the time. You know what I mean? Like even if we had to ride home with us and different things, I met people that way as well. So leading with love is kind of where we came from. Like we used to be able to have a bunch of friends and not worry about somebody backdooring you, because that was just nothing. That was nothing that was discussed when we was coming up. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I just remember when I was playing ball in college, I remember having $25. I bought 20 damn double cheeseburgers because some people weren't able to eat. You can ask Sean, you can ask Sean, you know what I mean? DT, I would do that. We'd go to McDonald's, buy 20 of them bitches. We all gonna eat. You hear me? Because I don't eat in front of people. That's just something I never did. If you ain't got it, then I'm gonna cut this peanut butter jelly down down the middle. We both gonna eat a slice. We gonna figure out what we gonna do later. You know what I mean? And so that was just kind of how I was brought up. And I'm big on when I make a move, and when I do things, not only because I feel like with my sister, she's an angel now, right? And so she's looking at every move I do. So even when the blinds is closed and the lights is off, I'm still, she's still there with me. So I gotta make the right move, man. Not only just me having my kids, I gotta make the right move for them because they watching me as well. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that your life is what you make it. You know what I mean? Some people going through hell because they did things to go through hell. Some people are going through hell because they're getting karma from what they parents did, right? Or what other people did, and it's coming back on them. You see what I'm saying? Because they was already left in the hole. Some people ain't get to get in the mud. They was already under the mud. They was in that hole. They had to dig themselves up out of that motherfucker. So some of them, and guess what? Some of them some of the most successful or happiest people now, because they understood. They started below it. You know what I mean? They had to get themselves up out of it. I think those are always the ones that hard working. Like you said, G, they end up having to design themselves a certain way so that they make sure that that doesn't happen for them in the future, and for other ones other people they might be connected to, man. So I do agree with both of y'all, man. I do think it's what you make it. I do think that I do still got that religious background, so I do believe in I do believe in God heavy, and I do believe in with the moves that we make. But yeah, man, I think this was a hell of a topic, and just with everything that's going on in the world right now, I just wanted to touch base with that, man. So all right, guys, so we're gonna have a fun one right here, man. Our guy Dr. Umar Johnson, man. Listen, man, he not only is he entertaining, we know he's intelligent, but there's some other things too. He's talking about building a school. We never seen a school yet. He talk about dealing with certain women that he shouldn't be dealing with. He got his daughters coming out saying he ain't, one daughter estranged saying he ain't shit, he ain't taking care of her, and different things like that. So it's not really too much of a big topic. I just wanted to know how you guys kind of feel about Dr. Umar Johnson. He's one of the internet guys, along with like a guy like Charleston White. They're not on the same, loud. They know how to control the room. They kind of make you believe in what they are saying. And with just Dr. Umar Johnson, how do you guys feel about him, man? Kind of the things that's going on right now with him on the internet, man. G, you want to start there, or you DT can start there?
No, I'll
G,
start.
go ahead, G. What's up?
Nah, I think he cool. He got some things that he be talking about when he's quote unquote serious. That this is like a Charleston White. He's like a calmer Charleston White. Like you be like some things he talk about, you be like, okay, I see his point. Some things you be like, when you a content creator, you more in character. And
Mm-hmm.
he got some people that'll follow him when he, talking about black people, uplifting black, culture and everything, talking about history and everything. So he basically gets your attention. But he could take you on a roller coaster too, because he got a gift for gab. He know how to talk. If you know how to talk, you know, that's like pimp chronicles. So you can have people subscribing and, donating and stuff like that. Like the school he ain't never built. So a lot of people been saying foul stuff about Umar Johnson for years, especially in
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia. He got kids made out of wedlock and stuff like that. So, and he don't ever mention his kids, and everything he want to do because he good with words, it make it believable. You know what I'm saying? And once you really get behind, when the camera's cut off, you are who you are. Because sometimes a lot of people be in character, and when you're in character, it's like an illusion. You know how to sell things. You know how to, put
Mm-hmm.
words together and make people believe you. Some people might think he's a god in Philly, the way he talk, so it's no different than a Jim Jones, you know, type guy that made people drink, the Black Plague. If y'all don't know the history of that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a cult. He got a following. I mean, plenty of videos I just saw him like get off track, talk about a girl butt and all this and that, and you know, but he just good with words. And then
Yeah.
another thing I want to mention: people give people power,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say that, it's like holding on to a person's word. A person can say whatever. If you got a lot of people that's gonna believe you, you become powerful. They hold on to your words. What's some people right now that's gonna be in some comments talking about they hating on him. He ain't this, he ain't that. Y'all just mad because he's doing this and y'all trying to tear him down. That comes with it. But it's
Mm-hmm.
people that really know him and know that he's full of shit too. If you want some money, you go get you a Patreon and you start talking. Charleston White even said he said he didn't did it. He kept it real. He said, look, money was low. I started calling around them people, I know my buzz was dying. I start calling them people like, you want to do an interview? I ain't gonna charge you 10 this time. I charge you 5. I look, man, I charge you 5. I'm gonna charge you 2,500. And he said that's how I got back on it. You have a run with this stuff. But Dr. Umar, he wants you to look at him as like a messiah. Like, he wants you to look at him like that. So anybody that's famous, he want to be the new Al Sharpton and got something to say. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
he a funny dude. He another dude I can't take serious because I know what he's in it for. It ain't truly from the heart. I'm still waiting on that school though. Well, go ahead, DT.
See, I'm like you, Fred. This guy, I think he does have a lot of sense, and I wouldn't say he's like a coach, but I think he's for his people because I know he got a bank that he's associated with. That's a black
Mm-hmm.
owned bank that they want bank black. Even he came here to Cincinnati and supported black owned business over there with Chef Nim when he was over there getting the chef on the lemonades and getting the food. And even with the Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies Never, he do all that stuff too. That's just how you feel. And to each his own. I don't care, regardless of black, white, or whatever, indifferent. If you love, you love, regardless of color. So I don't care if you black or white. If I got love for you, I got love for you. But the guy, I mean, he just like Greg said, he got a platform and he just uses his platform to what's going to benefit him to push his message. He's no
Mm-hmm.
different than anybody else. When anybody else got an opportunity to put themselves out there, that's what they gonna do, and that's what he's doing. But it's up to people to follow him. Like Greg said, he got a lot of people to follow him. That's just what it is. Just like like here making the right play. We got a platform. We're trying to bring information, bring topics to engage people. This is an opportunity for people to come and talk. And he's the same thing there. Like, we got people. It's just it is what it is. I mean, me personally, I don't dislike the guy. I think he's a highly educated guy. I listen to him talk, and like Greg said, maybe it's just the way he talked, but I can tell he got a lot of sense, and he catch my ear sometimes.
Yeah, no, and I was gonna say I agree, DT. I think he's very intellectual. I think he's definitely intelligent. When he talks about Pan Africa, I mean, he brings some ideas where I'm like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. You know, when he was talking about South Africa, where why the bridge, he brought up a lot of different things, and I'm like, man. But the one thing I do like about him is that he do remind me of like a guy we could just be talking to it in the gym, right? When you know what I'm saying? Like he's just one of those guys. He sees something, he over there like, damn, he's a regular guy. You know what I mean? And they utilize, like you said, utilize this platform because you can make money off of this thing. Charleston White, he already told you, I'm gonna say the most disrespectful shit because this is how I go viral. As soon as you interview me, I'm gonna tell you that it's a character. I didn't like Nipsey Hussle, but I like, he'll say it's regular. And I don't want to mess up Nipsey's. What's his regular name? G, Yeramis. Is it
Yeramis something, yeah.
Yeramis. Yeah, so he'll be like, Yeramis, I love what he stood for, but Nipsey Hussle, you see what I'm saying? Like he finds a way behind it. Like I just remember like the interview when he said like, look, Uzi, he ain't the Uzi toting nigga. You know what I mean? I know niggas that killed their mamas and daddies. Charleston is Charleston and Umar, they're captivating, right? When they get out here, they talk and they can get on any platform and go with anybody. It ain't a platform that these dudes can't get on that they can't go with you. And the one thing I do like about both of them is that they will call your ass out on site on that. You could be the interviewer. If you saying something that they don't like, they gonna get there with you. You know what I mean? They gonna get there with you. They gonna ride their point. But I think people got to realize too is that even with the school, even with these things, listen, Dr. Umar, he's a smart guy. He gonna pass over all the receipts. He gonna pass over anything that can keep him. You know what I mean? Like these guys are no fool, man. We know money was donated. That we know that it funded your life. It ain't funded school. It funded your lifestyle, brother. We get it. And like I said, Dr. Umar, this is not we're not turning you down. I think, like I said, I think we actually. Like DT said, I think you catch our eye a lot of times. G is, as well. I think we all have watched the video or watched interviews with you on there. You know what I mean? So he's a guy. He's there's a lot of things that's been coming out against you now. I know you're with your daughter, with his daughter, and different things like that that's been coming out. So I just wanted to kind of shine light on Dr. Umar and just say, shit, if it's working for him, keep going. You know what I mean? Keep going. There's a crowd out here for you. I don't see that you're hurting anybody. And also people got to realize too, you can press unfollow. If you don't want that on your algorithm, if you don't want to be watching none of that, you can press unfollow. If you think he's entertaining, you can watch him as well. I know people that, like what Charles said, I don't agree with a lot of shit that he say, but it's sometimes he has times where he just saying some real ass shit. He just saying what the fucking truth is. You know what I mean? And the same way with Dr. Umar. You know what I mean? I think some of that stuff goes over people's heads too, because like I said, he's great with words. That gift of gab, both of them got it. Both of them got it. They know how to control the room. Charleston White went to school for this shit. He told Wack on the goddamn thing. He said, listen, you're not gonna get louder than me. I'm gonna be the loudest in this motherfucking room. I know how to deal with people. And he translated to the internet. You see what I'm saying? Doing all this weird ass shit. You know what I mean? All this shit that he was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like it made us, we like this. Oh, what, because we just from a different school. Motherfuckers wasn't doing shit like this when we was growing up. It might have been a few of them, but they didn't have a platform. We had to know him in the neighborhood or somebody, in the city or something, right? Social media, I was just talking to Rail about this. A motherfucker can be talking shit about you in Alaska back in the day. You wouldn't have heard none of that shit, right? You like, you know what I'm saying? Because it would have been, if you had to talk shit to somebody that I knew. Nowadays, this motherfucker could be in Alaska. Hey, fuck that nigga Fred. He can go on the internet. Fuck Fred. Fuck that nigga. Da-da-da. He know I can't get to him. So what you gonna do, DT? What we gonna do? We gonna do another video where I'm saying, "Hey, fuck this nigga." You see what I'm saying? This is how the interaction start. You feel me? I can't get to you. Back in the day, you wasn't doing that because guess what? That motherfucker that said something on the street over, I'm gonna beat your ass at 2. When I get to come out this house, once I clean up, make this bed, until tomorrow we gonna squabble over there on Bantry. You know what I mean? We gonna go over there at Family Dollar. We gonna go ahead and get it in, and then we gonna ride our bike. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like that now. Now I could be in a motherfucking Georgia somewhere. Hey, fuck that nigga. And guess what? The only way I can respond is the internet. I don't want to call you because I don't want you to do me wrong in public and apologize to me on the back end. You know what I mean? With nobody around, we gonna have to do this together. So that's basically what we doing there, man. So hey, y'all. So we gonna go ahead and transition here to our quote of the day. All right, and I think this got a lot to do with what we was just talking about, but also it got a lot to do with my boy Derek, man. We're gonna let Derek start, man. Passion is the bridge that takes you from pain to change.
From where?
Passion is the bridge that takes you from pain to change. Yeah. I knew y'all was gonna like that one. Listen, DT, man. We always talk about you passionate, man. What does that quote mean for you, man?
I don't even honestly, I don't even know how to sum it up. Like I don't
Yes, you do.
because I got a different type of passion, man. Like
Uh-huh.
my passion is different. Like when I'm passionate about something, it's like, listen, nigga, I'm ready to die for about this. Like this is
Yeah,
like it's
they go them
just
hands. They go them hands. That's what I know. I know you serious. That's
hey,
all I'm saying. I get it. Go
hey,
ahead.
it's
But this is what I like, though, bro.
hey, it's just who I am. Like when I'm like even y'all in sync, even in the gym, I'm a down the way guy till I die. So when you talk about 420, them boys on Ezra, I'll go there. Like I'm down the way to it's whatever. Like I love. It's just who I am. Even I'm the same way about Cincinnati. You know the Bengals. It's just I'm a Cincinnati person. I love
Uh,
what I love. But you'll have some people that say I do this same thing about LeBron James. Like it's just I'm just listen, man. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't even really know what to say. But my passion is a different type of passion. Like I'm standing on what I believe in. I'm proud. I'm listen. I don't even care if we get a 40-piece nugget upside our head. Guess what? I'm coming back the next day talking shit. We
Yeah.
just got our ass beat, but I'm still coming back. TA, I'm still coming back talking crazy, even though we got staples. But at the same time, Fred, you was at a game. You see how them parents and coming there, like, where's city ass at? Like, they asked about the coach. He better get his city ass here. It was his
Yeah.
daughter's
Facts.
senior night. Like, we don't
Facts.
care about that. You got a job to do. Like, that's your daughter's senior night. Listen, we sorry, but you obligated here, buddy. Like, we need you here. Like, hey, we
No, real talk.
passionate.
You ain't
Like,
lying.
and I'm not the only person to feel like this about, like, passionate like that about down the way. It's a lot of other ones. And Fred, you witnessed the lady how she came in there. She did not hold back. Like she
Mm-hmm.
was flat out. It's a different type of man. But like you said, hey, listen, man. I'm just gonna let it go. I don't even know what to say, man. Hey, listen, man. Don't get me started on passion, man, because I'm a passionate person, man. But it's a different type of boy. Listen, it's different. It's in you though. Like this stuff just run through you, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna let it go, man. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead.
what you say? It's called passion or what?
So passion is the bridge that takes you from pain to change.
The passion part. It depends on what you're passionate about. A person, um, something like craft. Like if you're a passionate basketball player, you're gonna put forth the effort in
Mm-hmm.
it. You're gonna take it serious. You're not gonna joke with it. You know what I'm saying? So when you speak about it, like Derek, his hands and everything comes out. His eyes get wide and all this. This is just serious. Some people is passionate about people.
Mm-hmm.
When they speak about their spouse or their husband or their wife, they speak loud. They speak um with some type of vibrant. You could tell that this person really loved, they passionate about this person. Or it's something that somebody just really like. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the tone of their voice, their body language change and everything, and it's it could be complicated as well too, you know, because you land a lot of energy on the line for it, and it's like sometimes it's to the point like you willing to die for it. You're so passionate about it. It's the fact that you feel a certain way about whatever it is that you're passionate about. It's a energy that that just comes with it when you really care about something. You locked in. You know, Kobe was passionate about basketball. That's why he did what he did. That's why he practiced 3 days and some practiced one. He was passionate. He was obsessed about this game of basketball. I'm just bringing up certain situations that you know what passion is, what passion does. I got a passion for seeing people, in the gym get better. and I'm helping them on the journey. So when I speak, seriously to somebody about what workout we doing, what it's gonna do, and what it's gonna benefit for you, I'm passionate about it. I might don't be obliterate to it, but I'm more locked in and you know letting you know why this feel the way it feel, why it does the way it does, and it makes me feel good that I'm taking it serious. Helping you on your journey to working out. It's just things that we do, things that we love. We more passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's hard to explain. Like Derek, he said, I can, you know, it's a feeling you get. It's something you look forward to. It's something you don't hide away from sharing or exploring. You know, so when a person is passionate about something, you're gonna see the change. You're gonna see them more energetic. They're gonna defend it. And they're gonna speak highly of it too as well. So you're gonna know, like, yeah, that's his niche. Yeah, when we talked about this, you saw this person really, he's passionate about it. You know, and that's what I get about the passion part because a person be dialed in. They be dialed in on it. And they're going to give their all. They're going to give their all for it, and they're not going to play with it either. They're not going to play with it.
No, for sure, for sure. I think you guys both gave good examples about it. I kind of look at this quote of having a business, right? And that business starting from the ground up, right? And A, B, and C don't work out for you, right? And you kind of get a little discouraged. But that passion is what's going to take you from being discouraged to having a change in that business, because that's the only thing that's going to keep you alive is the passion. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
this is what you want it to be. This is what you see. This is your vision. So, like you said, when you fall in love with the journey, it's so much easier said than done. You know what I mean? Because the journey is gonna have a lot of more hard parts than easy parts, right? You know what I mean? Like nobody's successful without going through this, especially if they're building it for themselves. We're not talking about something like a family build, right? And they're just passing it down to their kids. That's an easy transition, right? We're talking about somebody that's building something from the start up. There's gonna be a lot of pain involved in this, and that's relationships, that's businesses, that's anything. Is that that bridge that has to be you have to want it more than you want anything else. You know what I mean? Like we talking about sleep. We talking about you're gonna be willing to sacrifice. That is passion. Passion is like, like you brought up Kobe. Kobe said, I was trying to make up time with my wife and kids because I damn near didn't have them. I had them in real life, but I'm doing 3-4 days. I'm literally not at home. I might eat breakfast with them. I don't see them again till next morning because I didn't work out 4 or 5 times a day. When you're passionate about something, that is what's going to take you to that next level, and that's where the change come in. And that's not always pain, right? It might just be something where, like, again, we're talking about a business. You might not be feeling pain, but you might not, A might not work out for you, B might not work for you, C might not work for you. But the passion is to go back to A and say, you know what, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make a few twerks here. We're gonna make a few tweaks here, and we're gonna stick to this plan. And that's what the passion is gonna do for you. So I just think that when you're really passionate about something, you're not letting anything stop you or get in your way of getting to your destination.
that's a fact.
And if you're passionate about getting better, right? If you're passionate about improving yourself, you're gonna be in the gym with G 4 or 5 days. If G got an opening, you're gonna go. Right, you're gonna be there all the time because you're passionate. You're willing to sacrifice everything you need to sacrifice to make sure you get here. So because we know that the whole goal is for you to continue to get better and better. You know what I'm saying? And so I just thought that was a good quote, man, because I really think that first off, I always want to bring out quotes that's gonna make us think a little bit. And like
Yeah,
viewers, y'all, I think y'all caught on by now is that we're not discussing these quotes. All we say is quote of the day. We throw out a quote that day, and we pretty much going off the top of our heads. We want to continue to build that dialogue too. And even if you guys have something to say to it, you guys can answer these same things that we're answering as well. But I just thought this quote was a good quote for us because I think we all three passionate about stuff, and I think also passion has taken us out of dark places to to a place where that not that we're content, but that we blessed to be in that place, right? You know what I mean? A lot of people, we always praying for what we don't got, but we don't ever pray for what we got now. We so far away from what we had, we was praying for a long time ago, right? To actually having what we got, and we still, looking for more. And sometimes we just got to live in that presence, man. So I think that was a great quote of the day, guys. All right, man,
Yes,
fellas.
sir.
We're gonna go ahead and close out the show today, man. I think we had another good one, guys. Episode 11. G, go ahead and give us some closing remarks here, man, for the people for this week.
Great episode 11. I just want y'all to continue to be on this journey with us. We're going to grow and get better. Fred come with the great topics for us to, explain, give our opinion on. I'm looking forward, to an endless journey, and like, share, subscribe, and leave those comments. You DT.
Hey, we just want to thank everybody for, like Greg said, for coming along on this journey. It's becoming easy. It's becoming easier as the weeks go on to be able to get on here every day and just be able to talk to you guys, to provide the content. And there's more stuff in the works. We're going to be some stuff from Greg in the gym, making the right plate. We got a chef here, I'm so Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
But, hey, just want to thank y'all. That, can't thank you guys enough, but we just want to ask that you guys continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's just let me say this. Make your today better than yesterday. So whenever you get an opportunity, make today better than the day before. Keep stacking the days. Peace.
Nah, for sure, guys. And it definitely to fall back on what DT and G said, man. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and comment, y'all. Hey, listen, man. We appreciate you guys. All you got to do is hit that like, that subscribe button, hit that notify bell so you guys don't miss out on none of this content on YouTube. But also we see that the engagement you guys are doing with our shorts that we putting on TikTok, that we putting on YouTube. I'm looking at our numbers and I'm like, man, we almost close to over 15,000 on all three platforms. You know what I mean? Like views. And that's a beautiful thing, man, because we getting people that engage with us from all over the world, not just Cincinnati, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? So any of that, we just appreciate that. But I also want to thank my team, man, DT and G, man. I think appreciate you guys for showing up every time we got to get this pod going and just being amused. DT, you right, man. It's getting easier and easier, man. And I think that's, we growing and building with each other, and we appreciate it, man. So again, guys, man, thank you guys for tuning in and making the Right Play podcast, episode 11. We will see y'all next week. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and continue to make the right play, man. We out.